Hello. I am back in Kathmandu again. It's towards the end of November now, and I'm on a Ducati Scrambler 62. This is the 400 Scrambler, which I've not ridden. I've ridden a couple of the other Scramblers back in the UK. So I'm very lucky to actually take this out for a ride, because these are pretty rare bikes over here. Not a lot of people own these bikes, not a lot of people buy them. I don't think we're going to be getting a lot of flat out hardcore riding done. This is just going to be more of a sort of real world review, really. I say real world in terms of a Kathmandu anyway. It's got good suspension travel, it's nice and soft, it's got a nice comfy seat and a really comfy riding position. And being a 400 V-twin as well, it's a lot more responsive, it seems. It seems to have I don't really want to get this thing dirty, but I can't really help it in this place. There's a little bit of a shortcut and then we're back into traffic again. But this is good. This is a real world test. And so far it's actually alright. Obviously the clutch is a little bit heavier than like a little 200cc like you get around here, but it's to be expected. So probably going to go with all four fingers today on the clutch, because lots of feathering the clutch in this place. It's quite good for small people. If anything, this bike's a little bit small for me. The seat kind of pushes me forward a little bit. But it's got a nice low seat height. I want to look after this bike really and give it back to him in exactly the same condition that I left in. I think I need to respect that. So this isn't going to be me hooning it around like a lunatic. I'm sure there's a lot of Nepali guys watching this video now going, why is he riding like such a noob? I'm still not really used to riding this style of riding, you know. If you've watched any of my other videos from the UK, you've seen what my roads are like. They're not like this. So it takes a little bit of time for me to adapt. And I'm probably just a little bit more safety conscious than some people around here maybe. I'm a little bit too scared of crashing or hitting someone, especially on this bike as well, because it's going to cost me a lot of money if I start breaking this thing. Ah, shit balls, look at this. Not good. Urban scrambling. That's what this bike's made for, right? Somehow when Ducati designed this bike, I don't think they had this sort of roads in mind. Oh, bit of wheel spin. It's the only Scrambler I've actually seen on the road around here. I've not actually seen another one yet. They have sold a few in this country apparently. Didn't see many Ducatis around. It's always nice when you do see a cool bike. Oh, hello Pooch. Let's go down this way. This is Durbar Square, it's beautiful. This is all collapsed last year in the earthquake, sadly. I quite like this so far. I remember when this thing came out, I thought, what's the point in doing a V-twin 400? Why not just make it a single? You know, like the old school Scrambler from the sort of 60s or 70s. But I don't know, I quite like it. It does feel different from the 800. I mean, it is different. It's not just the same bike. It has got slightly different chassis, different swing arm, different brakes, I think, as well. So, different suspension. So it looks very similar, but when you look a bit closer, you do start to see some different details to it. Stand up for this. It's so cool riding a Ducati in Kathmandu. I didn't think I was going to get to ride one here. Try not to fall in the river. Yes, I'm taking a Ducati off-road, because why the fuck not? Is this a dead end? No, I think we can get through. Right, chaps. Oh, look, ducks. Excuse me, ducks. So cute. Excuse me, duckies. Hang up. Yes, at least you're getting to see a different side of Kathmandu, maybe. It's what all the tourist brochures show you. Oh, blimey. Can I get through up here? Oh dear, might have bitten off more I can chew here. That's all right, we can go this way. There's a bike there, so I can obviously get out somewhere. So this way. It's great because it just soaks up all these bumps so well. Really good suspension on these things. It still gives quite a comfy ride over the bumps as well, surprisingly. This is quite nice. This is quite relaxing. It's quite an easy bike to ride, this. It's actually easier than the 800. There's that noise again. I love that. Must sound really nice with the Termi pipes. Like, these are just the standard pipes, so a lot of what you're hearing there sounds like induction noise rather than exhaust noise. There we go. Yeah, sick little bike. Now this starts getting really steep up here, so it's a good job we got a little bit of power. Take it slow through the built up bits. Try to take it slow when there's people around, you know, but when it's nice and open and twisty, fuck it, and there's no one around. As long as you don't put anyone else at risk, I don't have a problem with that. How fucking steep this is. Jesus. Oh, this bike is just, it's perfect for these roads, to be honest. Steep as you like. Oh, probably in the wrong gear there, never mind. It's alright, got a good amount of torque. Oh, foot pegs are quite slippery, I need to watch that. Some lovely view. Probably shouldn't be looking at the views, I should just look at the road. Yeah. It's a popular spot with couples, apparently, this up here. Nice. What a view. Cool, that was pretty. Now let's take it back to the showroom. It's pretty dirty. I feel a bit guilty now, to be fair. It was nice and clean when I took it out. Now it's covered in shit. But then, yeah, that happens when you ride a bike around here. It's just like that. It's an awesome view up here, though. Check this out. Awesome view of the city. Look at that. So cool. It's got these sort of semi-knobbly tyres as well, MT80 Pirellis I think it is, which are a really good compromise because they give loads of grip on the road. I've never run out of grip on these things on the road. Ooh, nice little jump. Yeah, I'm really impressed. This is a fantastic little bike. In some ways, before I rode this, you know, I've ridden the 800 obviously, I didn't really see much point in this bike. I didn't really get the point. I thought, why don't they just make it a single cylinder for learner riders, and you know, what's the point in just doing a slightly smaller scrambler with less power? But I get it, it works, and in places like this, it's perfect. It's really cool. And you can buy one of these over here, and you can say you actually own a bona fide Ducati, but it's one that you can use every day. You don't have to worry about you know, don't have to worry about riding it everywhere and riding it off-road. It will carry passengers no problem at all. It's comfortable. It's quick enough. It's great. It just does everything you want really for a place like this. Obviously I'm, you know, back in the UK on those roads. That would be a different review entirely, I think, but where we are right now, right here, this bike is perfect for this place. And I think if I was going to own a Ducati in this country, I think the Scrambler is probably what I'd go for. Although I'd probably have the 800. Just because on something like the BP Highway or something like that, it'd be nice to have that little bit more power, you know. Ah, okay. Thanks, man. It's not mine. Wrong way, apparently. Clutch, fuel injection, everything's just kind of faultless really. I'm struggling to find faults with this bike really. I suppose obviously the clutch is maybe a little bit heavy, but then it is a 400 V-twin, so it's not too bad. But then I've been using two fingers all day, and I don't have any pains in my arms yet. I fear I might have gone the wrong way again. To be honest, this was kind of fun this morning. I'm a little bit bored of it now. Not the bike, just the traffic. This bike does really well on it, to be fair. I'm actually quite impressed. I was expecting it to just be a bit of a nightmare with all this filtering. It's all right. It's so well balanced as well. Like, you can just keep your feet up all the time. All the weight's really low down. See, it's kind of chaotic and there's shit going on everywhere, but it kind of works. No one sort of bumps into each other. You know, no one's tapped me at all. I haven't picked up any scratches or anything like that. Yeah, dude, won the ball. Cool. So we're not far from the Ducati showroom now, so time to take this thing back. Yeah, it's been great. It's obviously, as you can see, rather a lot of traffic. But it's actually still been enjoyable. It's just been nice to ride a bike like this in an environment like this, and it works. It really does. I was quite surprised. I think this is the sort of Ducati that, you know, a lot of people over here buy Ducatis just to show off. But ultimately, this is a good everyday usable bike. So you can show off, and to be fair, everyone seems to love this thing. Everyone's looking at it. But it works. It's a proper everyday usable bike for the streets of Kathmandu, which is a pretty difficult thing to manage because they just get ruined, bikes like this over here. And it's well built, it's a proven engine, it's not in a massive state of tune, so it's relatively cheap maintenance compared to some Ducatis. It's great. I can't recommend this thing enough. You know, if you've got the money and you're looking for a Ducati to ride around in a place like this, but you don't want a Panigale because you value your life too much, and you don't want to visit a chiropractor every week, then this is it. This or the 800, really. Take your pick. I think this is probably easier to ride than the 800. The clutch is a little bit lighter, the throttle response is a little bit more less snatchy. It's fantastic. I love it. What a day. What a great day out on a bike. And here we are. This is the Ducati showroom here in Kathmandu. Got to give big thanks to these guys for hooking me up with this bike. Very kind of them. I feel like a bit of a dick now for taking it back covered in shit. Hopefully they'll be alright with that. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye. I got it a bit dirty, I'm afraid.